It says I live, so I must be here. See if anybody turns up. Oh, dear. Could be sat here all night talking to myself. Yeah. Well, there's somebody out there. Thought I'd sit here and talk to myself. Danny, hello. That was quick. I'm doing a lot better, thanks. I'm alive, that's the main thing. Still going. United are winning. I'm behind on everything. My wife took away my iPad and my phone. I didn't watch any news or anything. I'm a bit behind, so I've got to catch up with everything. Oh dear. I haven't been allowed to do much the past couple of weeks, but hopefully things will start to improve. You had anything new lately? I came home to a big pile of parcels because I've always got stuff coming. Oops. Let me just check. The Boulevard CDs for my birthday last week. Excellent. My birthday was on the 13th. And my wife's is on the 29th. And you're the 5th. All the best people were born in October, of course. Let me just bring this up. Scored in the second minute. Yeah, I've unwrapped all the stuff that arrived. Well, in fact, I haven't quite finished unwrapping it. Sometimes they wrap it so well. I used to be a bit impatient, and I have actually a couple of times damaged records trying to get into the parcel where they've wrapped it up so well. One of them so badly I had to buy it again. So I'm a bit more careful now. Oops. If a few more people turn up, I'll grab some of what's arrived. I did actually make a video this afternoon. I've just been editing it, so hopefully I'll finish that tomorrow. I bought those little boxes, you know, inside Roustabout and things like that. David, hello. I caught up on all your videos today. I'll show you something. I've just made a video about these. I don't know if you've got this. Do you have this? Inside Double Trouble. Of course, it features things about Belgium. It's expensive. Yeah, you've got it. Excellent. I do like the fact that on the radio promo for the movie, they featured Old MacDonald. I couldn't believe that. Kurt, hello. why would you feature Old MacDonald in a promo for the film? I'd hide that away. But I did enjoy the book. There's lots of interesting things in it. Like the driver of the truck, when they were singing Old MacDonald, couldn't speak English. And he thought that they were asking him to speed up, which is why that truck is motoring a lot. And the two people sat on the back standing in for Elvis and that said that they had to hang on for dear life. So I've actually shot a video about all those inside boxes, which I'm editing and hopefully I'll put out tomorrow. They're a bit strange because some of them now are fetching a fair bit of money. I think it's got to the point where they're not actually worth it. If you can get them for about £40 each, that's fair enough. But Blue Hawaii I've seen for over 100 and it's really not worth it. David made, oh, I've no doubt watched it. My memory is terrible. I will have watched it. I have been catching up on everyone's videos. My wife took my iPad and phone away whilst I was resting. So I got a bit behind. The world kept going and I didn't. It's a shame they stopped doing them. It'd have been nice to have some more. Plenty of movies to go. And of course the FTD making ofs, I suppose, have made them a bit redundant. I was unwrapping my pile of parcels that arrived. It's strange because some of the records that are from America, in America, they're very cheap. And it costs more to ship them here than they're worth. But, so I do try and combine a parcel. If I can find one dealer that's got several things I want. So, oops, I finally picked up one of these, which is very common in America and very rare in the UK. So, another Reader's Digest box. Went to the places where they film those scenes. Yeah, I will have watched it. I'll have to watch it again. And you got the white sleeves of the arcade the other day. The white labelled 40 Greatest. Cost you 70. I recently got it as well because I've been looking for it for a long time. In fact, a guy that I buy records off contacted me and said, I've just picked one up if you want it. And I think he charged me 50, but I bought a lot of him. Yeah, it is hard to find. I've been looking for quite a long time. I haven't got the blue. I've got the blue, the yellow, and the white. Were there any others? I can't remember. I lose track of what I got half the time. That's one of the singles, French single teddy bear. That's what we got up here. That's old stuff. I am struggling to fit things in now. Did you pick up the new Bloody Mary? I haven't yet, no. I suppose I will, but I didn't order it. We've got a good independent record shop in town. No doubt he'll have it. I'm trying my hardest to find My Boy USA US single with the sleeve. Just can't find it. I see it around occasionally. In fact, just by pure coincidence, it's at the front of my box. No, that might actually be the Australian, because they also did it. I can't remember offhand. I've got about 30 My Boys now from different parts of the world. It was a single I decided to try and hunt all the copies down. Yeah, you wouldn't think there were so many, would you? Places like Peru and Uruguay. There's one that I don't have, which is Mexican, and it's the picture sleeve uses the same picture as the Camden You'll Never Walk Alone, but I can't confirm that it's an actual genuine release. It's supposedly a promo release, but I'm not sure. Let's see if I can see anything else around me that's new. But I haven't found a home. Oh yeah. Okay, so this is Russian. This was done by a company in St. Petersburg. On the back, we actually have the song titles in Russian and English. I did start to learn the Russian alphabet because my wife's Russian. So I know that this is E-L-V-I-S. But then we have this, look, P-R-E-S-L. Only one letter. Now my wife says that that is Presley, but they don't use all the letters. Just to confuse us. I finally, thanks to David in Japan, picked up the Girls, Girls, Girls music on vinyl. So I'm very close now to having a complete set. Although they've now released all these re-releases, just as I was almost completing the set, they're putting all these things out. Oh, I got this Blue Hawaii Complete Sessions Volume 1. So does that count as another Blue Hawaii? I don't know. What label is the Russian? It's Anton of St. Petersburg. It's probably not a legitimate release because it doesn't mention RCA anywhere or BMG. But in Russia, because of all the trouble, they just ignore copyright laws. They don't take any notice of them. I haven't actually played it. I don't know if I will. These, of course, were all after Elvis died. There are some Russian discs that were circulated before, but they're not complete Elvis records. They tend to be a mixture of artists, and there'll be one or two Elvis tracks on them. I think I've shown that before. Now this was my birthday present to myself. UK cover, all pretty standard. This cost me a lot of money, which some people think I'm mad. Nothing special about that. And if you saw this for sale, you'd probably think there's nothing special about this. But Potluck on a UK orange label is extremely rare. It's not even listed on Discogs. This is the first time I've actually seen a copy. And so even though it was very expensive, I thought I may never see a copy again. So I bought it. Christmas present to myself. Tony, hello. Don't worry, not a lot happened at the start. Spencer, hello. I'm doing a lot better than I was. Hopefully getting back to normality. So I thought I'd just pop on and say hello. It's a shame with the Potluck, because I always dreamed of going into a charity shop and seeing a copy. Because if you had one, you wouldn't think it was worth anything. Orange label. But it cost me a lot of money. But as I was saying, find another one. This is another I'd never seen before. This is a Reader's Digest. Elvis Presley #1 hits of the 50s and 60s. See at the bottom, Reader's Digest. This can't have been released in the UK because I would see it everywhere. Let me see. Doesn't have a country of manufacture on the cover. Let's have a look at the label. Yellow Reader's Digest. No, doesn't give a country of origin, so I shall have to investigate that one. Unless anybody knows. Reader's Digest is a tricky thing to collect, because in your own country the releases are very, very common. They're everywhere. But then if you want to collect them from other countries, they're dirt cheap, but then you've got to pay for shipping. Well, there you go. Still waiting to be put away. So that's my 40 greatest with the white labels. Yeah, I was looking for that for about 3 years, but luckily the dealer I know knew I wanted a copy, so as soon as he got it, he let me know. I've been getting all these new music on vinyls. They're actually very nice. If you're thinking about it, get them now while they're still at the release price. But they are very nicely done. Just take my 5 o'clock pill. So, anybody got anything new and exciting? Does anybody know how this Bloody Mary disc sounds? I've seen a couple of people unwrapping them. But at the end of the day, it's just another coloured disc re-release. Anyway, don't have it yet, but thinking of getting one. Is it released in Europe as well? Thought it was a UK release, I think. Ben, hello. I wondered if anybody would be about. So what, we got 8 people in. David, via the fan club, right? That's good. Today I ordered some CDs from somebody. They're doing them quite cheaply. I think they were £7 each. 2 volumes of the Easy Come Easy Go sessions, 2 of the Clambake sessions, 2 discs of the Speedway sessions. So I thought that'd be good to get those, because I've not heard a lot of outtakes from those sessions before. So they obviously have a source for these things. I'm hearing that the next FTD is going to be Frankie and Johnny sessions. Anybody else heard that? Okay, I'm looking forward to the forthcoming MRS release of the infamous 74 Drug Rank concert. I haven't bought the last couple of MRSs. I'll have to have a look in HMV, because they stock them, which always surprises me. Just got the USA reissue of the Christmas album stereo and the CD from EP for Fan Club Presidents. Well, the Fan Club Christmas ones. I like those. I think I've got 4 of them. Man, I missed the start. Sorry if you already mentioned it, but I ordered the new Red from Elvis in Memphis. But we did just have a little chat about that. £22, that's good. That's the cheapest I've seen it. I'm going to go. We've got a good independent record store in town. I'm going to go there. They'll probably have it, because I didn't pre-order it. They're hard to find in the world. They certainly are, and expensive when they turn up. Let's see if I can see them. My CDs are in a right mess. They really need sorting out. There's the last one I got. 1997. That one, which they didn't put the year on the front, so I can't remember which one it is. Silver Bells, I like that one. I'll Be Home for Christmas. I've got more than I thought. I think this is my favourite cover. On a Snowy Winter's Night. I do like that. Of course, if we'd have thought of it, we should have started our own fan clubs, and then said to said to Graceland, hey, we're presidents of our fan clubs. Send me discs. Spencer, I was hoping maybe we would combine Spin Out and Speedway for a sessions release. We have a bootleg called Spin Out and the Speedway. Oh, I've not seen that. Anything's possible, I suppose, if they don't have a lot of material. I have the second one showed paid 20 is cheap. Blimey. I've paid between 75 and 100 for those each. Not easy to find. Kurt, the Reader's Digest came from either the Netherlands or Switzerland, right? Ah, thanks. I'll have a look on Discogs then and see which one I've got. Strange, isn't it, that countries do their own Reader's Digest? somebody was selling the UK one, which of course is extremely common here. Along with it was one I'd not seen before. I haven't actually unwrapped it yet. They were packed together. Let's have a look. This was a UK seller, so it was £15 they charged for these, and £6 for shipping. So of course the UK I've already got 2 copies of it. So if anybody wants a copy, let's find out what this other copy is. So that's the usual UK. Then there was this. Box is a bit battered. The Elvis Connection Reader's Digest. It's definitely not UK. Blank on the back, so let's have a look. All they showed was the boxes. So of course it could have turned up with nothing in it. So we'll see this together for the first time. Let's have a look at the small print, see if it gives us a clue. There you go, Reader's Digest Association, South Africa. So this is South African. This is your Reader's Digest guarantee of quality. Please read before playing. There you go. Some quite nice thick protective sleeves. The Elvis Collection with the Reader's Digest logo on the sleeves. Well, they've called each side by a song title, I notice. So this is I Believe. The B side is Love Me Tender. So they've all got different. Oh, and what is a bonus disc in its own sleeve in the UK set, they've called Movie Memories. I'm pleased with that. £15 for both sets. Can't be bad. Because I have so much time where I'm not doing anything, I spend far too many hours searching the net for Elvis stuff, and I do get very lucky. Things turn up very cheaply, and I buy them within minutes of them appearing. That's how I've picked up some of the FTD albums that I didn't have at very reasonable prices, because just now and then somebody will put one up for sale, and they've obviously not bought it themselves. Can you provide the catalogue number for the Reader's Digest? Let's have a look. It's probably written in the smallest possible font you can imagine. Just to make me struggle, it might be better on the label. DRDS 3021. I did pick up a Reader's Digest CD set. I already had it, but this was a deluxe version with added extras. Oh, yeah. The Elvis Collection. No, I haven't opened it. It's got, I've got the CDs themselves, CD set itself, but this has got extra stuff in it. I'm not sure what. Should I open it? We'll decide. And I got this, which is an American Reader's Digest set. Cover needs replacing. At, the Gold and Platinum collection, which I've never seen for sale over here. Okay, you've got the variant from the Netherlands, right? Excellent. Another Dutch one. Thanks for that. Oops. What else have I picked up recently? Well, this was a case of seeing something very quickly. This turned up for sale. Japanese, You Don't Know Me. Elvis's mid to late 60s Japanese singles are not common. Probably didn't sell in great quantities. So I've seen this places like the Elvis Shop London, 100, 120. This appeared £20. Nothing wrong with it. Absolutely perfect condition. So that was another lucky grab. As I say, the more you put into searching, the luckier you get. Ben, did you see there is a pre-order on Amazon? £20 Japanese. I've already ordered it. Yeah, I've always wanted that Japanese album. I think that cover's fantastic. But to get an original, you're looking at about £1,000. And I actually said to somebody once, I hope that they do one of these re-releases using the Japanese cover. So as soon as I saw it, I ordered one. Everybody knows the red cover with the baubles on. So you don't see Elvis on it at all. But I just think it's a fantastic cover. I can't see myself ever buying an original unless I get lucky again and one turns up very cheap. Too right, pre-ordered. David loves anything Japanese, including the girls. Not far from me, there's a part of Gloucestershire College. And every year they have an intake of Japanese students. And Japanese girls look very cute. They do. There's just something about them. How did I get onto that? Distracted. Oh yeah, David loves anything Japanese. Elvis. Yeah. Surprising how quickly a collection of Japanese Elvis things grows. I've got a few years back, before I started watching David's channel, I had 1 CD and 2 records. And now I must have well over 100 records. And I've never actually added up the CDs. I picked up another reissue of a Japanese, which I think is here somewhere. Again, something that the original is very expensive. Let's see if I can see it. Oh, I actually put it away. I might have put it away. It's the 10-inch Love Me Tender. Which I've obviously put somewhere. Filed safely away somewhere. Yeah, so quite a few of those early Japanese albums, which are hugely expensive, have been redone So see, Wax Time did this. And again, the original Japanese is very expensive and quite often quite tatty cover. It's a picture I don't actually like very much. It looks very stiff and posed. But, they do a good job at reproducing the covers. Oops. Everything now is so tight that when I push one record in, 5 get pushed backwards. And then it's a struggle to get everything to line up. Oh, there must be a better way of doing this. Let's see what's here. It will be organised one day. Oh, that's the Taiwanese 10-inch blue Hawaii, complete with spelling mistakes. I picked this up recently quite cheaply. Can't remember who did this. Limited edition 10-inch. Was that MRS? Can't actually remember who put that out, but I didn't have it. More shells required. Too right. Ben picked up the Wax Time Japanese Loving You this week. I hope you like the cover. Excellent. I don't know why I haven't put these away. These must have been there quite a while. Garotas, Eneas Garotas. Should look up and see what these covers actually mean. That's Brazilian. Oops, let me put those. In fact, they can go there for now. Keep them safe. I was getting the albums organised, but it quickly gets away from me. When I'm making videos and that, I get them out, and then I'm lazy about putting them back, which isn't good because it all gets confused again. Trying to think if I've had any more CDs. I've just ordered the VPI Christmas album, which I finally found a copy of at a reasonable price. I like the cover. It's quite a distinctive look. Tends to be quite expensive, and this wasn't cheap, but it was a good price. So I grabbed it. It hasn't actually arrived yet. Oh, I picked up How RCA Brought Elvis to Europe, FTD. Again, at a reasonable price. I don't collect the books, but there are certain ones that I want. And this is a really interesting one. So it's all about Elvis's releases in various parts of Europe. So Elvis records sold in Finland, for example. There is a single that I'm going to look out for. I lived in Finland for 3 years, couldn't find anything that was Elvis other than sort of very modern releases. But that at the bottom is a Finnish-made Elvis single, which they didn't do very often. They imported them from Sweden and Germany. Teddy Bear, something to look out for. So there's a Finnish discography, and that makes me laugh. Look at the top, the single, The Walls Have Ears and Song of the Shrimp. Well, that's because tango is immensely popular in Finland, so they put them out as a tango record, which you can hear it in The Walls Have Ears. I get it, so that'll be an interesting one to find. Norway. So they go through country by country and show how Elvis releases were handled. Sweden. Let me see if I can find Belgium. Oops. So it is a very good book. I like books like this that cover different countries. Norway, Denmark, Germany, I suppose it would be quicker to look at the front cover. There's a great picture. Don't remember seeing that before. Nipper doesn't look very happy. What was that? I don't know what that was. Can't see anything. Right. Sweden, Finland, Norway, Denmark, Iceland, Germany. They haven't included Belgium. You want to write and complain? How about this? You could buy an Elvis record with your whatever they are. It does come with a disc which reproduces one of the early releases, vinyl. Swedish Electra 3 EP set containing all the songs. Right, so 2 of the set were released, the 3rd never was, so they've done a mock-up of what the 3rd disc would be. Really interesting book. I don't know what that was that fell down just now. Now I can see it. Oh, it happened at the World's Fair, fell down. Nipper should be happy with the sales, absolutely. I picked up this as well. The back covers, which is interesting. Comes with a little reproduction of an Elvis calendar. So what it does is it shows you the back cover, and then it shows you where the photographs actually came from that feature on the covers. Yeah. So this appeared on the back of the Camden, and that's the full picture. But what's nice is they also include rejected covers. So here, rejected covers for the Christmas album. One that alternate covers for the Separate Ways. I do like things like that. You see, this makes a bit more sense. So here we've got from Elvis Presley Boulevard, Memphis, Tennessee, recorded live, and then underneath a picture of Graceland's. which sort of makes recorded live make a bit more sense, in that they mean recorded live at Gracelands. Taking the picture off, they should have taken recorded live off as well. It's interesting to see what they were thinking of at the time. There was an alternate for the Elvis in person cover at the top. Now at first, this is a bit odd, the Love Letters album at first was going to be called Festival. Makes sense of that. An alternate Elvis Now at the top. An interesting back cover with the shadow. So this is obviously where FTD have got some of their ideas from for updating album covers. That was an alternate for Aloha from Hawaii. Picture in the little circle. Alternate for Promised Land album. It's good that all this artwork was kept. Give us an insight. So that's another nice book. Oh dear. Things get very uncomfortable. Ugh. But a lot better than lying in a hospital bed, which is so boring. Jeez. Wouldn't be so bad, but at night you've got all these monitors going off, beeping away. Somebody turns over and the alarm goes off. Oh, Jesus Christ, turn them off. Yes, Tony, I like books like that. Alternates. I quite often come up with my own alternate covers when I'm just doing something. I'll come up with a cover that I think might have worked better. Probably most of us could come up with a better cover than quite often was used. I have been gathering material for a video about Elvis's proposed London shows in 1978, because actually there's a lot of evidence out there, so I thought if I gather it all into one video it might be quite interesting. Lots of people who were around Elvis at the end have said in little things in interviews that when you put them all together tell us that Elvis was planning to perform in London, probably in 78. So there's one document that I found a long time ago, and I downloaded it, and I had it stored, and now I can't find it. I've been trying to find it, no luck yet. It's an insurance document that was filled in 1977 to insure the Lisa Marie for international flight, and in the part that said destinations was written England and Japan. So I'm trying to find that again. It was out there, seems to have disappeared. I can't stand where it's gone on my computer. I downloaded it and now I can't find it. So there you go. whilst I was researching it, I came across various times when groups did try to get to book Elvis to go abroad. One was in Japan, one in Germany, and one in London in 1969, where they actually opened negotiations, unfortunately, with Parker, who on all three occasions quickly put the kibosh on things. Now, the chap who was trying to arrange the charity show in London in '69, he did an interview which I found, and he said that he got word to Elvis, who was interested in doing it, and then he started open negotiations with Parker, and he said, and that's where it all started to fall apart. So I'm currently waiting for another Reader's Digest album to come from America. What else am I waiting for? Can't remember. My brain doesn't work as well lately. Getting forgetful. I turned 61 just before I went into hospital. So you wake up, and every day you wake up, something else aches, something else hurts. It's no fun, but it's better than not being 61. Yeah, Joe Tunz's album covers book. Very interesting book. I'm looking out for discographies. I picked up a Spanish one. Of course, got the Japanese, UK. Got a French one. Oh, special guest appearance. Where have you been? Hey, where have you been? Hold on. What do you want? What have you been doing? Hey, what have you been doing? Hey, you always want to get in the way, don't you? Hey, you always want to get in the way. Steve, hello. Do you think Elvis would have brought the whole orchestra to London? That's an interesting question. I think he would. I think he would want to do the full, the full thing. Or maybe, could he have got, well, he could have got an orchestra in the UK, but then they'd have to rehearse. I think he would have gone for it big time. I think he would have wanted to show what he could do. Some of those who were with Elvis at the end have said that he had this change of attitude, that he wanted to make big changes in his life. Cut some people out, even change manager if he needed to, he's supposed to have said. And he said that he was going to do London. His road manager was actually booked to fly to London to do the deal to book Wembley Arena for a week. People get confused. Wembley Arena isn't Wembley Stadium. We know that Elvis didn't like doing stadiums. Wembley Arena is next to Wembley Stadium, but it's a much smaller venue. So it makes sense. It's the sort of place Elvis would have wanted to perform in. Yeah, all right, Johnson. Hey. All right. So, and Elvis's costume designer also did an interview and has said Elvis told him he wanted something special for London. So he was working on a particular costume, which he still had the sketches for. Oh dear. You can only dream about what would have happened. All the TV cameras trained on the grey English sky, looking out for the Lisa Marie as it comes across London and comes in at Heathrow. And talking of 77, the estate really needs to be re-released, properly edited and tied up concert. You mean Elvis in concert? I agree. And if they're still worried about how he looked, what they need to do is watch YouTube. People doing reactions, because I find them fascinating. People who aren't fans, who've never listened to his music, and when they react to things like Unchained Melody and Hurt and How Great Thou Art, they don't say, "Oh, look, he looks fat," blah blah blah. They say he looks very ill, like he shouldn't be performing, but wow, what a performance, what a voice, giving it his all to the end. So it isn't a negative reaction. So I don't see what they're so squeamish about. We, the fans, know how he looked at the end. So give us all the footage. Starting to see more clips from Epic appearing. And some interesting reviews. It's clearly not the film that many of us would have wanted as fans, but it's a film I think had to be made. You couldn't just do a film full of unreleased clips. The film had to have some sort of structure to it. I think people got a bit carried away with the amount of footage available, because they talk about 100 hours, but they use multiple cameras. So a lot of that 100 hours will be the same footage from different angles, which is still nice to have. But and of course, Baz has Bazified the music. It's clear that he has recorded overdubs for the music, which again, you want to attract the non-fan to come in and have a look, so you want it to be the best that you can get it. So I didn't mind Happy Day. I thought it sounded good. Oh, Happy Day. So can't wait to see it. Yeah, Unchained Melody, I do have a slight problem with it, in that clearly he pulls out of the last note, which is a shame. But no, he's still singing with an intense passion. You can see it. It's just a shame he pulls out of that last note. But nobody ever points that out. Nobody ever says anything about that, so that's good. What are you grumbling for, Johnson? Hey, you've got an easy life. Purring into the microphone. I don't know if it's coming across. My wife said that while I was in hospital, she slept curled up on my pillow each night. Yeah. Did you wonder where I'd gone? Don't start headbutting the keyboard, you might knock me off. What do you want? What do you want? So, can't think I've got anything else to show. I really am losing track of the collection. It's so much comes in, and I don't have time to organise it. Do you want to get down now? Go on. There you go. You can get through that gap. Don't pretend you can't. Let me have a look, see what else I've got coming. Right, so I've got these session discs coming. I'm currently watching something on eBay which hasn't had much interest in it at the moment, so hopefully it'll stay that way. Got a couple of things coming from Discogs. Oh dear. This last bout of problems has left me with a backache. Probably from the hospital bed. Yeah, there are a lot of quite good releases covering the Elvis in concert stuff. You often wondered if the Welcome to My World LP prompted Elvis to add, I really don't want to know some of the final live shows. Yeah, it came out not long after he died, didn't it? So they were obviously planning it before. I think just out of desperation. It's insane when you think that he had a contract that required, was it 2 albums a year? That's nuts. But they just didn't have any material because they couldn't get him into the studio. I wish they built a studio at Graceland, but there you go. Yeah, I don't know when he reintroduced it. I haven't bought any of the FTD final years sets. I think there's the third one was released on it when I was in hospital. I haven't actually bought any of them. I didn't keep up with the live FTDs because there's just too many of them and they're too repetitive. I do wonder what he would have put in if he had come to London. Hopefully he would have had a look at what was a hit. So he'd have to bring back The Wonder of You, for example, because that was #1 for 5 weeks over here. And Suspicion and Girl and My Best Friend had been re-released in 1976 and both got into the top 10. So again, would he have included those? And if RCA had any sense, they'd have booked a studio for whilst he was over here. Because I think he'd have been inspired, excited, interested. Yep, My Boy, yeah. So he could have brought those back. I remember at school art lessons, I was never good at art, and if you're not good at something, you tend not to like the subject. But we did actually one lesson where the project was design an album cover. So of course I did Elvis Live in London as an album cover. When new stuff comes in, I tend to either put it down on the floor or just lay it down on top of the shelves. And there's a pile up there which I can't remember what's there. But I don't feel like reaching up there at the moment. I haven't had any new cassettes for a while now. There's still a few I need to find, because of course they weren't all released as UK orange paper label cassettes, which is the ones that I'm collecting. Otherwise, there's just too many cassettes if you just buy everything. Of course, the Christmas albums are starting to appear on eBay again. I do look to see if there's any with interesting covers, but I refuse to buy the one with the red nose. Picture of Elvis with a red nose on. I won't buy that. And I won't buy anything that uses an AI picture of Elvis. Starting to see those now. I think they're terrible. Why on earth would you do that? What does everyone think of all these AI Elvis videos? How's your collection of 70? When I read your message, your brain plays tricks on you. What I saw was, how is your collection of 70s porno going? Promos. Your brain plays tricks on you sometimes. What? My 70s porno collection is not growing. It's not big. It's in fact, I was looking at them recently, so they're here. I recently got My Boy, which was one that fetches a lot of money. I was offered one once for 120 and I turned it down. But of course, I also needed it for my Boy collection. Cover was a bit tatty, but for £30 I grabbed it because it is one of the harder ones to find. So it does get frustrating to see on eBay singles being sold as promos, and somebody's just stuck a little paper label on it and written promo on it. I mean, and also, of course, the blue label singles with that had A on them, they're being sold and it says promo, and it isn't. That's just how it was released. There are promos of those, but they say on them promo, of course. So there's Hurt. Moody Blue. Oh, I picked this up because it was cheap. I wasn't collecting these, but that's an earlier UK promo. Viva Las Vegas. They're more expensive to collect. Green, green grass of home. Because of course, as well as the A, it says on their demonstration sample, not for sale. Okay, so this is a blue that is a promo because it has the demonstration sample on it. But the regular release also looks like that. Hold on. What do you want?
Can you give me my computer from my table?
In a minute. If you talk in your sleep. I own a promo UK. Have I got a feeling about your baby? Got a thing about your baby? A UK promo? I've never seen one. Because the single itself is very rare. I've never seen a UK promo of it. That's interesting. I wasn't sure if one actually existed. Way down. It's a bugger that it exists, because that must be even harder to find. Trouble. Burning Love. I'm Leaving. Great song. My Way. Suspicion, the 1976 re-release. And Separate Ways. They're interesting. They've put the A on Always on My Mind. So that's the ones I've got at the moment. But that's interesting about. I've got a thing about your baby. Have you got it? No. No, the UK, that UK single is extremely rare. All the years I've been searching, I've never seen one for sale. I know a few people who've got it, but it's very hard to find. I didn't know there was well, I wasn't sure if there was a promo of it. So that's good to know, and also a bugger to know. I suppose I should do a video on promos. I can't look in a charity shop now without looking for a UK. I've got a thing about your baby. That's the dream, to find one in a charity shop, because of course nobody would know that it was so rare. I don't know what it would actually fetch, because I've never seen one for sale. I don't know if you notice on eBay, every time somebody in the UK sells one, it's the American one. That's because they imported the American single into the UK. At the time, there was a world vinyl shortage, and record pressing plants were rationing the vinyl. So if somebody went to them and said, would you press this single, they would only press a certain number. And the Raised on Rock album, very few were pressed in England. So that's one to look out for. I've got one. So it says on the cover on the record, made in England. Most of the ones sold here again were American, they were imported. And it also affected the I've Got a Thing About Your Baby single. Very, very few were pressed in the UK. The vast majority sold here were imported from America. So it's one that if you found it in the wild would probably be 50 pence, because who knows this except a collector. It was the same with that Pop Look I showed at the beginning of the video. That's a very, very rare album in the UK. But if you saw one for sale in a charity shop, you might just overlook it. Pop Look, orange label, so what? Not many were pressed. Look for Danny to find a promo of it as well, won't he? I need to get some water. I shall be back. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh dear.
Shaking his fist and screeching at me, shouting from his soapbox like a fool. Come Sunday morning, he's lying in bed, his eyes all red from the wine. He said, "Wish he was dead, but he ought to be dead on the Sunday school."
What?
Oh, don't you hand me none of your wine. Clean up your whole backyard.
That's my tablet alarm, correct?
Acting like he's better than dread.
I'll probably get a copyright strike now. Oh dear. I'm on so many pills now that the newspapers would probably say I'm a drug addict. He had lots of pills in his system. Yes, and they were all prescribed for a reason. Whilst I was stood up, I should have a look. These are the latest music on vinyls. They are very nice. I was a bit annoyed when they announced them, because if you're collecting them, it means buying them all over again. But they have done a really nice job of them. So, got the first 6. The next 3 come out end of this month, I think. I was annoyed because there was a music on vinyl copy of Second to None on eBay. It was only at about £20, and it was due to end, and I was going to go in last minute and stick 50 quid on it, hopefully get it, and I fell asleep. When I woke up, it had gone for 25. That was annoying, because it's one that just doesn't turn up very often for sale. So I missed out on that one. Oh, you were going for it as well. I was going to stick 50 on. Oh dear. It doesn't seem to turn up very often. It was a strange thing for them to actually do. Of course, they never finished doing the regular albums. It's like the movie soundtracks. They did some of them, but they didn't do them all. So I need Second to None, and I need I think it's Good Times on black vinyl. I think they're the last two I need. Oh, and I forgot again, didn't I, to look at what was on that top shelf. This was a poster. It came out with the Danish Girls, Girls, Girls that Memphis Mansion did, but the poster wasn't ready at the time, so they've shipped the poster separately. So that has now arrived. What we got up here? Alright, they're the ones I put up there when I did the video. I can't think where that Japanese 10-inch went. It's disappeared somewhere into the collection. I picked up these off a website, £15 each. That normally sells for about 75. King Creole and Loving You. So at that price I couldn't leave them. And because I bought those, it set me off on the inside the various movies boxes, which I now have bought. And that's actually what I've just made a video about. That's the hardest one to find, Double Trouble, because there were only, I think it was 1,000 of those were made. It's like a giant pizza box. Blue Hawaii. So if you haven't seen them in them, you get a book, a vinyl disc, a DVD, some postcards, sometimes a poster and a certificate. Loving You. The vinyl discs are quite good. They have radio spots for the various movies and things like that. Almost about. GI Blues. So this is what I've done the video on, looking in all the boxes and showing you what's in there. So hopefully that'll be ready tomorrow. I'm editing it. I was trying to put in some of the radio spots. Which isn't as simple as you'd think, but unless I'm missing something. So how does everyone buy on eBay? Do you do last minute bids, or do you join in the bidding? I tend to wait to the very end and then put in the most that I'll pay. Oh, I see Liverpool equalised. 78th minute. There are a few record dealers' websites that I keep an eye on. You can pick up some quite good bargains. But I'm always checking, because when I am working, my work is at a computer, and I'm pretty much on my own most of the time. So I always have a screen, a window open with eBay or whatever in it, and constantly checking what's coming along. Because every now and then you get an absolute bargain. I got the FTD Jungle Room sessions, which somebody put on, I think it was £200. I've seen it between £500 and £600, so I wasn't going to buy it. But when I saw it for 200, I thought, well, it'd be stupid not to buy it. I don't buy as an investment because I never have any intention of selling this stuff. When I die, somebody else is going to have that fun. I've actually started putting together a little list in a booklet of all the records that are very expensive, and I think what I'll do is I'll get a case and I'll separate those out, because if I was to die and my wife was to sell the collection, she wouldn't have a clue. How would you know that one record was worth £1 and the other record was worth £500? So I shall do that. Helena, hello. Thank you. I've been well taken care of. So now I'm at the boring stage where they say just get rest. But you can only have so much rest, and then you start going around the bend, especially when your wife takes your iPad and phone away. It's just nice not to be led on a hospital bed. I miss the food though, believe it or not. The food here is quite good. And the constant rounds of cups of tea. It's quite funny, when I did the cardio rehab, they had this list of things that you shouldn't eat, and one of them was biscuits. And then you go into the cardio ward and they bring the tea round and they give you biscuits. So I certainly don't miss being jabbed with needles. Jesus, my arms. Anyway. I'm surprised we haven't had an announcement from FTD what the next one is. It seems to be pretty continuous these days. So if it is going to be Frankie and Johnny, I assume we'll get the sessions and then we'll get a vinyl to go with it. But there is going to come a point when we've got everything. Johnny, hello. I'm getting there slowly. Catching up with everything. Unwrapping my pile of boxes that was waiting for me when I got home. Some nice stuff in. I was very lucky with a last minute bid on RCA 78 and Milko Blues Boogie. Nice. I'd sold that's all right. Went for nearly 1,000. Wow. Yeah. I don't really collect 78s, but of course I do have. I've got all the HMV 78s. I've got one Sun 78, and I've got a couple of American. It's always dodgy getting them through the post though. That's the thing with 78s, they're very fragile. If I saw some at a cheap enough price, I'd buy them. But I don't go out of my way. When you see them on eBay from places like Argentina, Uruguay and that, very expensive. I wonder who buys them. When you think about it, the RCA 78s might be less common than the Sun ones, because people will have already bought the Sun releases. I don't know. The RCA 45s of the Sun records are worth looking out for, because they were released pretty much at the same time, just after. So they're as old as the Sun records, really, and yet they fetch a fraction of the price. I've noticed on YouTube a huge proliferation of AI videos of Elvis in various movies, which I've actually found quite amusing. I'm just amazed at the technology, how much it's improved what they can do. So you see Elvis in Star Trek, and Elvis in Star Wars, and Elvis in King Kong. And it is entertaining. I do worry a bit that people in the future are going to think some of this stuff is real, because they don't know. So there is potential to do a lot of damage with these things. You just see him in a Bruce Lee film. I haven't seen that one. You know, I'm not keen on them, but I am impressed with what they can do now. It is it's impressive and a bit worrying, put it that way. If you look at the King Kong one, he's actually singing some songs as well as part of it, which again, I mean, it's well done. I do worry about what some people might do with this. And at some point, you're going to end up with pornographic films of Elvis and Marilyn Monroe and things like this. There's a lot of harm they could do with these things. But it does show the technology that could be available to reproduce Elvis on stage in a 3D form. As long as they actually use Elvis. But the ones I absolutely hate are these fake channels presenting stories about Elvis. All right, they're very nice stories, but they're total crap. They're just making them up. And there seem to be a lot of them, and a lot of people are watching them, which means they're making money. And the comments show that a lot of people think they're true. What time is it now? 20 past 6. I shall have to have something to eat soon. You may have mentioned it. I believe the next FTD Vine was a re-release of the version of Good Times. Oh, I saw that. Yeah. Good Times is one that I don't actually have the original FTD of because it's too expensive. It came out when I was living in Finland, and whilst I was there, I didn't buy anything. Annoyingly, I should just got my dad to keep buying it for me. But I'll get it. Yeah, it looks nice. One album I've been looking for recently is the Italian Elvis for Everyone, where they've called it Elvis 65. And I found a couple of copies for sale, but the covers aren't in very good condition. So I'll keep looking. It's one that I do want to add to the collection. My wife says, "Why do you keep buying these records? You've got so many of them. What's the point of adding another one to it?" And there is no point really, except that I'm a collector. And I'm still fascinated by the variations and the different countries, and so I want to have them. And when you're gone, and what difference will it have made? So enjoy here and now. That's what I say. So I like watching other people with their collections, because they'll show something and I think, oh, I've not seen that before. Add it to the list. I like that. And I didn't tell my wife I have 6 different variants of Elvis Sings Flaming Star. She'd be baffled. Yep. Some people don't get it. My dad could not get collecting anything. He just baffled him. Yep. They reckon there might be a gene, a collector's gene. I can believe it. You haven't already got that one. There's a phrase I often, yes, repeated, yeah. Yeah. My dad's head would explode if he saw my collection today. And I think, in fact, I will check. I think I'm on 48 Blue Hawaiis, so I just need 2 more. But it's getting harder and harder to find a variation that I don't have. Let me have a look. Blue Hawaii. Yep, 48 copies. So every time I see one, I look to see if I already have it. It's there is a Yugoslav one, and I did see one for sale, but they wanted so much money for it that I had to say no, even though it hurt. For a long time, I didn't have the Friday music version, and then I saw one for sale at a reasonable price, so I added it. I'm going to cross that one off the list. I don't know whether to include that Blue Hawaii Sessions disc. What do I do with it? Can I include that as a Blue Hawaii? It says Blue Hawaii on it, and it is music from Blue Hawaii. and the cover is from Blue Hawaii. So so it is Blue Hawaii. Did I add it to the list? I can't remember if I put that down on the list as one. Where did that go? Did I include that as one of the 48? No, I haven't. So it's 48 or 49. What do you reckon? Should I include it? I mean, it is Blue Hawaii. I've always been a collector, though, since I was a kid. The one thing I can't seem to collect is money. I can't hang on to it. I did actually collect coins, but they were Roman. Okay, David says to include it. That sounds good to me. So that'll be 49. I wish we had as many fairs as David gets to go to. I know you're lucky that you can go to other countries as well. Where I live, they have 3 fairs a year. And usually on a Saturday, which is the worst day for me. So I have to actually sneak out, race over to the place, quickly look round, and then race back. I always get away with it, but means I don't have time to really search well. But I never seem to find much at the fairs, though. I've got one shop, he deals in second-hand records, but he's only open on certain days. And again, it's not easy for me to get to him. But he normally has something that I buy when I go there. David just went to an Elvis selling day. Did you buy anything? I hope you didn't sell anything. I couldn't bring myself to sell anything. I've given stuff away. I've got a little thing down here, records that I've bought twice by accident. Vinyl Vault, yes, it is. It's still there. They don't open on a Monday, and Monday's my day off. So that would be the ideal day, and they don't open. You started your collection there. I normally pick up something there. I have bought some at there just to support the shop sometimes. I didn't really need it, but try and keep them going. But I do have a little selection of records that I've bought by accident when I've already got them. Or some have come out of little collections I've bought. So I normally give them away. I like to find somebody, younger who's just started collecting and give them a little boost to their collection. I remember the first job I had when I left school, and just talking generally about things. And I mentioned that I was an Elvis fan. And this old guy came in the next day and handed me this bag. He said, "Here, you can have these." And there were two 78s in there, HMV 78s. They weren't in the greatest condition, but he said, "You can have them," which was a nice. I think at the time I didn't have any, so that was very exciting. David, no, I don't say anything. It was run by a guy who has an online fan club. The room where he sells all his stuff. Got Christmas album in the EPE CD, right? That's a good day then. I think they're still doing those President's Fan Club CDs. I did see that there was one last Christmas, so they're still doing them. What was the first studio or live Elvis LP you bought? First studio as in regular release? That'll be Promised Land. Promised Land was the first record I bought with my own money. I'd saved up my pocket money, and my mum and my dad were going shopping, so I asked them to get it for me. I showed them in the Sun newspaper, they had a thing about it, so I showed them the cover, and it was the day it came out, which was the 8th of January. They released it on Elvis's birthday. So I gave her the money that I'd saved up and asked her to get it for me. And in fact, I didn't quite have enough money, but mums are mums. And I always remember very clear image of her walking through the door with a brown paper bag, and she handed it to me, and pulling that cover out, glossy, fantastic picture. Oh my God, look at it. Yeah, I played it continuously. I absolutely love that album to this day. I think it's a fantastic album. Should have been much more successful. I think Elvis suffered in the 70s because he was Elvis. If other people had put these albums out, I think they'd had a much better reception. But I love that album. Still got that original, even though it's very dog-eared. I have bought it many times since, of course. I've got lots of different versions of it. But yeah, still remember that day. Live Elvis. What would have been the first live? I got a feeling it was Madison Square Garden. Pretty sure it was. Yeah, I'm sure it was Madison Square Garden. Because of course all the first ones were Camden's, and then came 40 Greatest. Mal, hello. I assume you were watching the football. Oops. I didn't actually see how it ended. Oh, blimey. Ouch. 84th minute. My heart won't take watching football. Mustn't get too excited. That's why I watch Leeds. I don't get excited then. Well, now Mal's on, I can ask him. I bought myself a record, which, where have I put it? There you go. I've lost it already. Was it yet? What have I done with it? Ah, well, there's that 10-inch Japanese. Now, the original of this costs a lot of money. It has recently been done in coloured vinyl as well, but this was a reproduction of the original. So picked that up quite cheaply. What are you doing back here? The cat has returned.
Steve,
What?
do we have any fruit?
No, I don't.
Huh?
No, I don't.
No apple.
No, nothing. What do I do with it? Lost a record already. I had it. What did I do with it? Yeah. No, that's not it. I showed it at the beginning of the stream. It can't have gone very far. Ah, there it is. Standard UK potluck, but orange label. I've never seen one before. It's not listed on Discogs. It is in the discography, but it says very rare. And the chap I bought it from, he said in 1970 they did a very small batch and then they deleted it. So have you ever seen a potluck, or have you got a potluck orange label pressed in England? I have to say that had I seen one in a charity shop for £5, I'd have probably left it there, because I had no idea it was so rare. No, not seen that one. I've asked various collectors and nobody's seen one. He wanted a lot of money for it, so I took his word that it was rare, because I couldn't find one. Couldn't find one for sale. I couldn't find one having been sold, and Discogs doesn't even list it. And he sold me a lot of stuff, you know, and he's always been good. So I thought, let's go for it. Birthday present to myself. So if you ever see an orange label potluck English in a charity shop for £5, grab it. Add it to the list with I've Got a Thing About You Baby, which Danny's got a promo of, which I didn't know existed. What are you doing back here? Hey? The cat has returned. What do you want? Which one? What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on. Hold up. Come on. Come. Come on then. Did you get the Red Violent Memphis? I haven't yet. No, I didn't order it. Do you have it? I've seen some people opening it, but I've not heard if anyone's played it. See what it sounds like. Bloody Mary, apparently. Does it sound good? Or do people not play them? I buy a lot of records now that I'm never going to play. Not played. In fact, the majority of my records I've never played. I have copies that I do play. Thanks, Tony. Hopefully I have a new video out tomorrow and start getting back to normal. What are you looking at? Oh, you just want to lie down. Ouch. Sometimes you just can't get away from the cat. Wherever I go, she wants to just lie on my lap, which is okay, but when you're trying to do some work, it's a bit difficult. Hey, what are you looking at? Oh dear. I've been on for nearly 2 hours. Mal, are you getting these music on vinyl releases? They are very good quality. And the covers are very nice. They're actually quite reasonably priced. Nearly finished your UK singles collection. 4 HMV to get. So do you have I Got a Thing About Your Baby? Oh, you're getting the MOVs, yeah. MOV green vinyl, Date with Elvis. They are very nicely done. They're worth getting. And I don't think they're unreasonably priced. Hello, Paul. Anyone seen the Elvis record player and cassette? I've seen those. It does look nice. I don't need a new record player, but I don't have anything to play cassettes on. I'm not sure that I actually want to play any cassettes, but I do like them. If anyone hasn't seen it, it's a record deck and a cassette player that lights up with Elvis in red, a bit like the 68 TV special. Are you getting it, Paul? You getting one? If anyone starts watching, they'll wonder what I'm doing. There is a cat here. At 1200 for the record player, wife would divorce me. Yeah, they are expensive. I wonder how many they'll sell. I mean, that's it. I can't, I've got a nice record player. I can't justify getting rid of that and buying another one. And to be honest, I'd rather spend £1,200 on some rare records. I would like to get a test pressing of an album, but never see them for sale. The ones that have the green and, is it green and pink labels? You know, the proper test pressings, not these things you see on eBay where someone's just stuck a white label on it and written test pressing on the label. The proper official ones. Be nice to get one for Blue Hawaii, but it'd probably be very expensive. You'd sooner have an Elvis Triumph motorcycle. How you doing, Johnson? Hey. And how much is an Elvis Triumph motorcycle? Probably a lot more than £1,200. No sign of the Clambake box set, no. I don't know what happened with that one. It's still being advertised. I guess eventually we'll have a box for every film. What do you reckon, Johnson? Do you agree? Yeah, she agrees. I think it'll get cancelled. I heard that the company that was producing something to do with the box went bankrupt, so they were looking for an alternative supplier, if I understand correctly. I think it would be better if they only announced something when it was actually ready to be shipped. Maybe they should have carried on with the Inside series. Because they're quite reasonably priced. Or they used to be. Some of them are getting expensive, these things. I picked up the one I was missing recently, so I've got them all now. I say all, there were only 5. But they were quite nicely done. Thoughts on the Good Times re-release. Hopefully they'll do other early releases. They're now ridiculously overpriced. Yeah, in fact, when was it? A couple of years ago? We were talking about this on one of the live streams, and we said that they should redo the early ones. Because I actually said at the time they could call them FTV Camdens. But then, of course, by putting a different cover on it, they're trapping the FTD collectors who want one of everything into buying them again. My thought was that they could reproduce the original, but put something on the label and the cover that was different, just to show that it is the second pressing. But they've gone for new covers, so poor people like Mal have to buy them all over again. You can't eat my hand, Johnson. You see some of the early FTDs being put on eBay, and they're asking £600 for something that, I don't know, it used to be 200, which was enough. Now they're asking 600. I can't believe anybody's actually going to buy them at those prices. I've been picking up some of the books. So some of the books are very interesting, and I do keep a lookout for any that turn up at a reasonable price. I don't want them all, but sounds like it's raining outside. Ten to 7. Have you added any more Red Label? I haven't for a while. I did make a list of the ones I don't have, but even those I've seen on eBay, and they're sort of £1 in £25. They're not worth that. Right, there's a few that are rarer, but I go through spells. One day I'll go through and see what's available that I need. Have you seen the new VPI Christmas album? Oh, the Japanese. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. I ordered one straight away. I've always loved that cover, and I can't buy an original because they're about £1,000. I've always thought it was a great cover, even though Elvis doesn't appear on it. It's strange that Japan, of all places, where Christianity isn't very big, came up with a great cover design. So I placed my order immediately. Hopefully they'll carry on doing like the rare classic covers, you know, the unusual foreign ones, because a lot of collectors just can't afford, but they are great covers. I was thinking I'm running out of Christmas videos. I've done singles, I've done albums, I've done CDs. What other variations can you do? I suppose I could do one on favourite covers, Christmas covers. The Japanese one would be near the top, so would the New Zealand cover. Kerry, hello. Thank you. I'm getting there. I have to see the cardio team. I think it's 30th of October. Well, they'll decide if they're going to recommend a bypass. It's annoying because with the drugs I'm on, I do get, you know, where I'm quite stable and feel quite good. Don't have any problems, and then bang, out of nowhere, for no reason. I wasn't doing anything different. My heart just decides to play up again. So but I've had a good rest. Kerry, what is your favourite Elvis album cover? I've always loved the Japanese one. It's between the Japanese and the New Zealand. And it's funny because Elvis doesn't feature it doesn't feature at all on the Japanese, and just a small picture on the New Zealand cover. But I've just thought that they're just great. I like the VPI one, where they did a variation of the Christmas album. But it's not one that turns up often and is expensive. But I recently saw one for sale. Let me have a look. At a much better price. £60, which is a lot of money, but a lot cheaper than normally. And it is right now at the customer's local depot. It's the one with the snowy background, and Elvis sat like this with his hands. Nice looking cover. So I've got that one. Will be here maybe Monday, Tuesday. You can't go a year without adding a new Elvis Christmas record, can you? Just never the one with the red nose, which I refuse to buy. Has anyone got it? The one where it's just Elvis's face with a red nose, clown nose stuck on him. I suppose somebody must have bought it. Have you ordered the Fan Club Christmas single? I have, yep. Yeah, I've got that on order. If anyone hasn't joined the UK fan club, support it. Oh yes, the picture disc version of the red nose. Well, you've got the picture disc version. Maybe it'll turn out to be rare because nobody bought it. Oh dear. The first time I saw it, I thought that is so little effort that I'm not going to buy that. It's the first time I've seen a Elvis Christmas record I didn't have that I didn't buy it. I did see the Yugoslav single American Trilogy, which is one I would like, but they wanted £120 for it. I know it's rare, but I can't bring myself to pay that. So, they did use some interesting covers, the Yugoton company. In fact, the American Trilogy one isn't that great a cover, but it's unusual. But not £120 unusual. I'm quite excited to get these CDs of the Easy Come Easy Go sessions, because I don't remember ever hearing any outtakes from it. I can't remember if anything's ever been released. I suppose there must have been something. It's in 2 volumes, so there's Easy come, easy go. 10 takes. I'll take love. 4 takes. I'll take love. That's another 3 takes. I wonder why that is. Oh, and I'll take love. Spliced composite master. Sing you children. 22 takes of Sing You Children. The Love Machine. For some reason starts. Is that right? No. Oh, it looks like they've split the thing. So Sing You Children. 1, 2, 3, 4 takes. The Love Machine. No, that's very confusing. The way they've laid the thing out, it makes it difficult to tell. 17 takes of The Love Machine by the look of it. The layout on the cover makes it hard to distinguish. She's a Machine. 8 takes. Yoga is as yoga does. Starts it. Take 1. 12 takes of Yoga is as yoga does. I can imagine what Elvis is saying. You gotta stop. 5 takes. Now, interestingly, I'm assuming that this is. Doesn't say. 5 takes of Leave My Woman Alone. I'm assuming it's backing track only. That's interesting. Be interesting to hear that. Kerry, I buy at least one Elvis Christmas CD. Yeah, you have to. Yep, picture disc. Paul, I have 50 plus picture disc LP collection, so I had to get the red nose. But stop at the AI. Yeah, I won't touch any AI crap. If you're collecting picture discs, then you've got to have it, haven't you? But not the AI rubbish. So you're very impressed with your 45 RPM demo. It won't seem like Christmas that you show. I'm sure most of us bought the 12-inch version at the time. Yep. Those were the days when you go into a record shop. I still remember it. Or Woolworths or somewhere. And buy the album, the CD, the cassette, the single, the 12-inch single, all together. There's many different versions of it. But the people behind the counter thought we were nuts. It's a good job they didn't sell 8 tracks as well. They only have one 8 track. And that's because I saw it in a charity shop, Promised Land. It looks so sad and lonely that I bought it. Demo, can you show it again? Well, it won't seem like Christmas. Where is it? There. Now, if you look on eBay, even now, you'll find it being sold and it will say demo. because it has the large A. But what they don't have on them is that demonstration sample not for sale, because the regular release was released like that. And people are trying to sell them as demos, and they're not, but that is. So if you see them, make sure it's got demonstration sample not for sale on it. They think just because it's got the large A that it's a demo, but for some reason, for a time, RCA put the large A on regular releases just to confuse people. I don't remember ever seeing a promo for a 10-inch or 12-inch single. I suppose they must exist. I've got an American one. Can't remember if it was 10-inch or 12-inch. Little Sister, I think, is hidden somewhere. Does the B-side have demo printed on it as well? I don't think it does. Or does it? Well, in fact, it does, yeah. It does. There. Merry Christmas, baby. Yeah. I'm only going to collect the orange label, as far back as the orange label promos, because once you get into the greens and that, they're just too expensive. I will pick one up if one's cheap. That's how I got the Viva Las Vegas. I saw it on a dealer's list at a cheap price, so I bought it. But I'm not going to collect them because they're generally sort of £80 to £100 each, and there's too many of them. But I do like promotional promo discs. There's a lot of crap on eBay where somebody's written promo on a sticker and stuck it on the label. They're trying to claim it's a promo. Where is that American? I used to have all my 12-inch singles together, and I was showing some to somebody, and now they're split up. I'm not sure where they are. One promo album I would love to get, but is very rare, is the Pure Elvis one that was done for the Our Memories of Elvis albums. There is a promo album, RCA official one, different cover, and it's called Pure Elvis. I would like that. I think the last time I saw one for sale, it was about £300. Oh dear. Well, unless anybody's got anything they want to... Johnson, where are you going? Oh, Johnson's making a guest appearance. Smile for the camera. There you go. Don't headbutt my phone. That's Johnson. Now, what was the point of getting up there? She always likes to get in the way when I'm working. Let's put that there. Ah, dear. Johnson's taking over the channel. It's a cat's life. Do all your inside boxes have certificates? No, Love Me Tender doesn't. When I got it, I thought it was lost, but I've been looking around and I don't think there was one. Which seems odd. Why would they not have put one in there? But when other people have sold them, I've looked at the listing and they never mention one. It's got to be a mistake, surely. All the others have a certificate. Even the Double Trouble. Thank you, Johnson. Unless anybody has the Love Me Tender one with a certificate in it. But I don't think there was one. Give me 2 minutes and I'll check. Right. If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, it's these boxes. So there were 5 of them done, 5 different films. And 4 of them have certificates in because they're numbered limited editions. But My Love Me Tender didn't have a certificate in it. And none of the ones I've seen being sold appear to have one in. Which seems odd. I had an eye test. And they tell me I need new glasses. Thanks, Ben, for coming. Have a good evening. I should be going soon. I need to have something to eat before I start thinking about bed. Either it's my eyes or my glasses. Oh, that's better. I can see again. Just checked, and yes, it's got a certificate. Ah, that's interesting. So my certificate is missing. Let me double check, just in case I've been stupid and it's tucked in somewhere. I thought there must be one, because why would you have them in all of them except one? Could it have got put in the book? So I wonder, I thought when this came, it had less stuff in it than the normal ones. But when I looked online, so it's got the book, it's got a postcard, it's got the disc, and it's got the DVD. So I wonder what happened to the certificate. Includes book, DVD, and vinyl single. That's annoying. Oh well. Maybe I'll have to look out for another one that's got the certificate in it. Have you got all the boxes? What are you doing? No, I'm missing Elvis's back, but I'm looking. Right. I didn't actually include Elvis's back because I was going for the movies. Don't remember ever seeing it for sale. Yeah. I suppose if I saw it, I'd buy it, but I wanted the movie ones. It was a strange choice to do Elvis's back. I'd rather they'd carried on doing different movies. So I got the 5 boxes. I also bought, to go along with them, the 3 books that were called Inside, King Creoldon, Loving You. Because I assume they chose to do the boxes as Inside to carry on the series. They could have done boxes to put these in. I have to say the one I like out of all of them is the Double Trouble. I found that an interesting book. And I like the single sleeve. Shame it didn't have a record in it. But that's the video I made today about those boxes, which I've got to finish editing, and then hopefully I'll put it on tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Well, I think my favourite's the GI Blues. I do find the movie adverts funny. The ones for Roustabout are awful. It made me laugh when he was saying at the end of the Roustabout ads, how does he put it? I forgot exactly how it goes, but it ends with great. And then he pauses and it's like, you can imagine, it's great. Not very enthusiastic. And those awful Australian radio ads. It's Elvis, he's back and he's different. He's different. He's different. Unfortunately, I can't play any of the DVDs because my DVD player is up the chute. I need to get a new one. So I haven't watched any of the DVDs yet. Be interested to see what's on them. Thanks, Mal. I noticed that you'd tried to FaceTime me. My wife took my phone and iPad away because I was told to get lots of bed rest and not do anything. So I've got them back now. So I just popped on to, because I had nothing to do, see who was out there. So thanks to everyone that turned up. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Paul. Yeah, fingers crossed for the 30th. I hope they say that they don't recommend it because I don't want it. I'm generally pretty good. Bye there, hello. I'm just getting ready to go. What's your favourite Elvis Christmas tune? Questions like that are a nightmare for me, to pick one song. It might be a surprising one, but there's one that I do really like, and which isn't an obvious one. And as I said that, the name of it flew out of my brain. Oh God. Now I have to sing it till I get to the... On a Snowy Christmas Night. It's not an obvious song, and I'm not saying it's the best, but just something about it I've always identified, and I really like it. Of course, there's Merry Christmas Baby, If Every Day Was Like Christmas, Santa Claus is Back in Town. But there's something about that song that spoke to me. So it is a favourite. Thank you. I'm feeling a lot better than I did. Getting there. But I do need to get off now. In 2 hours and 40 minutes. Holly leaves and Christmas trees for Paul. Thanks, David. So I'll say good night to everyone. I need to have something to eat, take my last pills, and no doubt my wife will tell me off for being on for so long. As I get ready to leave, there's more people on. So I'll hopefully be back on soon. So I'll say good night to everyone, and thank you for popping in and joining in, and hopefully see you all soon. Bye.